You there, Becca?
Yes, sir. What round is this? 5?
Yes, it is.
Round 5. Just go flying by it.
I know it.
Japan.
That's not right. There we go.
Alright, just gonna fire up the stream.
Fire up.
How good was Last of Us last night, though? Whew.
Oh my God.
Is that not like a masterpiece of television?
I was fucking on edge the whole freaking time. It's incredible.
Yeah, it is, man. Well, you know, obviously I think we're live now, so no spoilers, but last night was one of the greatest hour of television I think I've ever watched. Like, it was incredible. They're just knocking it out of the park, man. There's been, you know, like, the odd episode's a little slower than others, but it's you know, it's one of those shows that it absolutely lives up to the hype. Like, there's, like, Game of Thrones was like that. When I started watching it, I was like, oh, this is why everyone's talking about it. It's the same thing, so.
I haven't watched
really,
that either.
No?
No.
Oh, man, it's on HBO, man. You got to get after that. There's a lot to watch. The last season is a big letdown, and just to warn you, but
how about
everything up to then is brilliant.
Yeah. How about Breaking Bad? I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that's a great show. That's an incredible. I would watch that first because I feel like
I really
off
like
at the end too. Like it is a slow start, but it pays off better at the end. The Game of Thrones doesn't really pay off the way it should have, and it's like the biggest blunder on the show is that you're gonna walk away going like, oh, what did they do? It's a bummer, but you know, at least you can just plow through it at your own leisure. You don't have to wait years and years for the finale that is a huge letdown, right? So, anyways, we got some racing to handle, so let's get out on track here. We are in Japan. It's Tier 1 of Zenith Online Racing Season 9. This is round 5, so flying through the season. We got 13 races on the calendar this year, and we're well into that already. Like, you know, over a third of the calendar done, and we're approaching that halfway mark.
Kind of sad, in a way.
It is. You know, I went with the shorter season to try and keep people engaged, and it's like, I feel like we just started and we're already halfway through, so I don't know if I'm into that, but
well, maybe we could set up a playoff or something.
Well, yeah, you could always add a race or two at the end if people still want to keep going, but the F2 League started so late that that's going to be running well into May, right up to the end of May.
Oh, cool.
And I feel like that's going to be a place for people, once the season's over, maybe jump in and get some F2 racing under their belt since there's nothing official going on. keep an eye out for that. We got 15 drivers out tonight, so that's kind of our cap. You want to hit your phone there, silence the button, the silence button there.
Me?
Yeah, I can hear your iPhone ding. Ding.
What the heck? Did it ding?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, nope, I just silenced it. Oh yeah,
Yeah, no
my
worries.
bad. Yep.
Just in case you get spammed, and you gotta keep hearing a ding. Starting to drool like Pavlov's dog.
Well, you know, I'm riding on board with Sam. Sam's missed quite a few races. What did he do? Move, and everything was still packed in boxes. So he was first one out on track. Talk about itching to get out there.
Yeah.
Oh, and
oh my!
Sorry, Sam.
Lucky there's gravel there.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was on board with him for his out. Oh man, into the wall. I was on board with him for his out lap, and then I started jumping around a little bit and was going to get back to him for the hot lap. So look at GP on his game tonight. Dialed in.
I can't find anybody.
With Mario now. Mario just started his lap.
Okay.
He's moving through that Dunlop curve right now towards the Degners.
Oh, geez, you're going to start throwing corner names around.
Oh, yeah, I got these ones memorized.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then we got the hairpin, and then this comes up the hill towards the spoon curve. 130R into the Senna Proc chicane. That's what we named it last season.
Mario's doing really good here in Tier 1 this season. I just had his just had the standings. Yeah, he's in third place. He's only 5 points out of first. Really tight there at the top.
Yeah, he's had a really good season. Came up from Tier 3 last year, right? So
yeah,
we kind of shrunk down the league into 2 groups, and yeah, he's excelling in the top group, even though he was in the 3rd group last year.
Yeah, he really came on strong the last couple seasons, and he's carrying on. P2.
Sebrum up to the top of the time sheets. He hasn't been around a whole lot either. He's
no.
a little spotty, but very quick when he does show up. So that's bad news for Jinnit. Jinnit, I would say, is probably the best overall driver in the field. He hasn't necessarily been the fastest, but he's been winning and getting on the podium. And as you said, Mario doing really well. Lunar as well is a very quick driver, so we could see him potentially challenging at the front. Scavney as well. He hasn't raced a whole lot the last couple seasons, but he's competitive. He's out there. Currently P3. So the nice thing is when we get the full-time reserves in is that they actually get to put a lap on the board. Makes qualifying a little more interesting. Yeah, there was, you know, some brief discussion about possibly scrapping the reserve cap so drivers can fill the grid. But I mean, I think that.
Well, I think the tough part is that when the extra drivers have a negative effect on the race, that's tough.
Yeah,
you know?
that's nearly impossible for us to do anything about. It's more
exactly.
like, if you're going to show up, just try to be mindful of the fact that this isn't your home tier, and you know, maybe don't stick your nose in where it doesn't belong.
Right. Yeah, it's really the responsibility of the reserve, or you know, the fill-in, if you will.
Yeah. So beyond that, though, my issue is, like, you know, we've had a couple races where we were pretty low on numbers, where it's like 10, 11 guys, and say like 9 guys are willing to show up and race. Well, all of a sudden we have basically half the field. It doesn't count, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it became like a prominent issue, is that it happened a few times where guys are like, well, I had an incident, now I'm at the back of the field, and I got to pass 5 Tier 2 drivers to go race somebody I'm actually racing. And that's where it becomes an issue. So I think that's, you know, obviously dependent on numbers, and I don't mind if we have a cap, but maybe just sliding cap or something where it's like, you know, if we have 13 full-time drivers, we can add 4 reserves. If we have, you know, 15 full-times, then we can add 5 reserves, something like that. Like sort of a sliding rule. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough. It's
then it's
almost like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. It's really...
basically the gist of running a racing league online. Everything you do, someone likes and someone hates.
All right, so I think Sam's going to give it another go here.
Just got on board with Gunner, aka Bert's. Big spin in the Dunlop curve, just as I got on board with him. The bigger curse strikes again.
Yeah.
So we got an Alpha going through Dunlop, so that's Reefer.
Oh, Sam almost saved it.
He did. He's not out. And it's the same corner again, though, is it not?
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, he didn't make it to this
no, he did not. Correct. Yep. Yeah, it seems like a lot of the guys are really running a slippery setup where the back end, oversteer. The back end seems to be snapping out, and that's not unusual at this track. It just seems like quite a few guys have been doing it.
Yeah, a little more prominent early on qualifying.
Ooh,
with the weight in the car, it would probably be less snappy, unless you really overdo it. So maybe that's more of a race setup, but yeah, I mean, if you're, you got to get the car around and pointing the right direction. I mean, the times are there. I think Villeneuve didn't get the memo that he's not supposed to qualify.
Oops.
Yeah, kind of forgot to mention that.
So Sam is one of those drivers that spun earlier, so he's on an out lap now. Obviously his other lap was pretty bad on 144. That's way, way slower than his actual pace. I mean, that's tier 5 pace. So this one, okay, he's got to be boxing. Looks like he's out of fuel. Nope. All right, say he's going for it.
So I think Villeneuve. I mean, if everybody actually puts a representative lap time in, I don't think I would wager he'll end up at the back anyway. But I think he's pretty new to league racing, so. But yeah, that's again on us. I mean, I've been trying to add people for so long now, and a few people keep trickling through the cracks, and I kind of forget to brush them up on all the rules. Right? These rules have been in place for so long that you forget to tell some of these new guys. So,
wasn't there a page for that at one point? I don't know if page
like
channel.
League info or whatever?
Yeah, I thought that there was, when I first joined League, I thought that there was one. Maybe not.
Yeah, it's sort of like a quick, run down and, react and confirm that you've read it. And
general rules, basically.
We probably should put something up and just confirm. People come in, just be like, hey, just have a look at that. I need you to react at the bottom with the appropriate thing once you've read through it, and if you don't listen to any of the things we said, then it's on you because we put it on the list here, right?
Right. So say he's got a very good time going here. It looks like he might be putting himself in the top 5. Got through that center cross chicane. Wow. Oops.
That's a
definitely top 5.
Time. He loves this track apparently too, so.
A league that I was part of just before I joined this one, I forget the name of it. I still see it every once in a while. I get an email, but they had rules set, right? You had to read that, you had to acknowledge, and they requested that you practice at least 2 hours a week.
Yep.
I was like, oh, okay, that's cool, honey. I'm sorry, I got to go practice.
Yeah. We used to do practice quite often. Like we would all get together and run a little race sim throughout the week to prepare for the race of the week, and just something. It was something that was like, I'm not gonna force people to do it, but it's nice if a few people come out and everybody. It did help. I found every track that I ran a race simulation at. Like fill up the car with fuel, see how long the tires are gonna last. Every time I did that, I always found that it was like driving the track was almost muscle memory during the race. Like, you know, you weren't
Right.
making mistakes that other people were, and you knew how the car was gonna change throughout the lap and throughout the race, and as the tires get worse, where are you going to lose grip and stuff like that. Mario to 29.3, and T-Brum has smashed Say's time now, so we're into the 28th at the top. So there is some serious competition at the front here. This could be a pretty good race. And the midfield also very, very well balanced. So.
Ooh, I haven't seen Rockstar in quite a while. Good to see him back.
Yeah, he's been absent for quite a while. He kind of just showed up today and checked the reserve roll, and it was like, yeah, I mean, if you're willing, like, let's get you out there, right? So.
Why not?
Just looking for some racing to do, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going to ride on board with Sam again, but don't tell him. See if he can't get himself a time. Is he going to go around? Nope, boxing. What's Rockstar going to do? Rockstar's boxing. Okie dokie. 4.5 minutes left. Everybody except Mario World is in the pits, and Mario's on his way there. He's going to have to hurry. Oh, he's slowing down. I wonder if he's going to try to go. No, he's not. Yeah, he's out of fuel. There we go. Carsonic and Zamogolis.
Yeah, so Villeneuve got the message. That's good. Good stuff. doesn't question it, doesn't argue. I've had people be like, "Why can't I qualify?" And it's just like, rules, man. I'm sorry. Yeah. No, I think, you know, it's the whole idea is that you're there to fill the grid, and you know, you kind of want to see the tier 1 guys battling with each other for those spots, right? So
absolutely,
and it is really competitive, eh? Like, I mean, look at you know, P5 Asylum 30.1, then we got Zamagos on 30.8, 12th,
yeah.
7 spots, and 6/10 between them. And the 3 at the front are not all that far off from one another either. So I mean, that looks like your early signs for your podium are at the front there, the top 3, and it's just a matter of where they actually finish and who can string it all together and get the right lap, and you know, who doesn't make the mistakes during the race either.
And one of the things I really like about this track is it has a lot of technical aspects to it. You know, it's really a lot of corners you have to hit just right, or you're going to lose a bunch of time to the guys that do hit it correctly.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much like that from start to, you know, the entire lap. So, given that they're so close in time right now, I'm excited. There's going to be some good battles on track.
Absolutely, yeah. Looks like Rockstar's not going to set a lap. I don't know. I don't think he is allowed to. I guess he's just choosing not to. Maybe just because he's not even really a full-time reserve at this point. He kind of just showed up. Maybe just out of courtesy.
So Carson is up first.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I'm on board with him, actually. So I've
okay.
been riding with him for the whole lap. He's just now making his way through Spoon.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That was borderline invalidation.
Yeah, I was close. Definitely lifted quite a bit, too. You could hear.
He's up 3/4 of a second on his time, so that's going to put him right up next to Asylum if he can nail the sequence of turns here. Yeah. Looks good. Yeah,
nice job. Found a lot of time in that final sector. Gained another second or quarter second there.
Yeah, that's incredible.
There's definitely a track evolution going on here because every lap that's gone up since the first few have been much, much quicker.
So I'm on board with Asylum. He's 2/10 up on his time now.
Yeah.
He's looking to regain his position.
From Scavney. Scavney just starting his lap, I believe. We'll check him with Asylum.
Well, I'm no expert, but that was really, really well done, I believe.
Yeah, it looked good.
3/10.
Up 3/10. That's and if he finds as much time as the other guys did in this final sector, he'd quite easily end up in P4 here, I think. It's a little sloppy, eh?
Yeah, the entrance to the beginning of that, yeah.
You could hear the wheel kind of struggling for traction there. Yeah, he just threw it away there, I believe. It was close. We got Jinnit now. Let's ride with Jinnit through the rest of the lap here. He's making his way through Degner 1. And Degner 2 stays out. He's set at 29.2, so he will not be competing for pole. I believe he's done. See if Jinnit can pull himself towards those front runners. If he can just get ahead of P4, Scavney, then Jinnit will be in the mix with those guys, because really those are the guys he's racing for the title this season. And at the moment, or at least so far in the season, Jinnit really hasn't been able to match the qualifying pace of the front runners. He's been sort of floating around the mid pack and then working his way up during the race. So I think it's really important for Jinnit to get himself up. Yeah, he's up a lot.
Yeah.
Really important for him to get himself up the order here and have a good clean run at the top three there.
Much smoother going through there really than solid. Asylum. Yeah.
Yeah, really good lap. That ought to do it. Yep, that's what he needed. And I mean, you know, the times are not even that far off the two in front of him, really. So I think it was more about getting into this position than anything, but his time's actually quite close. So he's actually going to be a pretty big threat from that spot.
I think that's it.
So Asylum's not really pushing. I believe that is it. So T-Brum will take pole. That'll be Seye in P2, and Mario third. Jinnit will take fourth. Scavney, Carson fifth and sixth. Asylum is seventh, and Bertz is eighth. He's been really quick this season, but just couldn't really put it together in quali here today. He's not really. He's been in the top five quite a bit. So we'll see what his race pace is like. But we got Sniper is 9th, Lunar is 10th, Damn Sam is 11th, and then we got Reaper 12th, Simagos 13th, Vilna will start 14th, and Rockstar will start 15th. So that is your grid. A couple of guys joined late. I saw a couple of people added on there. What happened?
I don't know. I was looking at the standings. I didn't see. Yeah, I can go over the standings real quick. This is really tight at the top. We got P1 is Seye with 56 points. Matt Legin in second with 53, so only 3 points separate them. And then Mario World in third is only 2 points behind Jinnit. Then you got Luna Jedi in fourth with 44, tied with Verts at 44. Rex with 26 in sixth. Carsonic 24. 8th is Sniper with 22. 9th is Asylum with 18, tied with Slasher. I'm sorry, did I say 19? I meant 18. Slasher has 18. Zamoglis 17. Grim in 12th with 12. Vinny 8. T-Brum 5. Sam 4. T-Money 2. No T-Money tonight.
T-Money, I believe, stepped down from full-time, so...
No, we did?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of him.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I think he was having a pretty frustrating season and just decided to step away. Weather looks good.
Not a cloud in the sky. Well, there's a couple fuzzies up there, but...
Yeah, there's a couple. I didn't even see them. TV must be better than mine. I think most of the world's got a better TV than mine. It is, like, ancient.
What the heck is this? Alrighty, let's see. One more little sip of my voice oil.
Voice oil. I'm gonna fill mine up. Yours is a little closer to oil than mine.
You know, if I tasted oil, I probably would agree that these two taste almost alike.
Jeez. It's a big...
Although this
glass. I thought it was less that I was pouring. I was trying to like empty the bottle into it, and I was like, yeah, it's just, that'll fill it. And it was almost overflowed.
Perfect.
At least I don't have to get up again. Oh my god, it's so much though. It almost like makes me feel sick just looking at how much I'm going to drink in the next like hour. And I'm like, ugh. Anyways, F1 TV, what are you waiting for? How great would that be? I would do it for free. If F1 TV would let us have our, you know, like on the side they got the little options of like the commentary.
Yeah.
There's like the bigger GP option. You just click on that. We're just sitting there getting drunk at 9 a.m. on a Sunday.
Yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be fun.
Wow, that Aston Martin's pretty damn quick, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, Sunday morning, I'd be drinking mimosas on Sunday morning, I think. Those can hit pretty hard.
Oh, yeah. Good to see Alonso driving like a competitive race car again. My lord, man. He was wringing the neck of that thing, and it was a very capable machine.
Who were you talking about? I didn't hear you.
Alonso on the weekend.
Oh, yes.
The Aston Martin. Whew,
that
was fun.
That was nice to see.
Oh, man. I think there's going to be a lot of that this season. Like,
well, I hope so.
He's hungry.
Yeah, I like seeing these other manufacturers, you know, constructors, I guess is the better word, you know, getting up there and getting involved in the fight for top points. It's just been so much Ferrari, Red Bull, and Mercedes, for crying out loud, you know.
Yeah, I know, it's almost, I mean, we're staring at the barrel of another, like, you know, domination thing here with Max. Like, I mean, he was just, no one's close. No one's close. Like, he's the bar. Like, he's the new bar. It was Lewis for a long time, and now it's Max. So,
yeah. Well, Lewis had a superior car. I don't hear them say that the Red Bull car is an incredible.
This season it is.
It is. But
yeah, this season, like last season, they were close with Ferrari. Season prior, they were probably behind Mercedes, but Max just dragged that thing up into the fight. And this season, it looks like Red Bull is quite clearly the best car on the track. So, like the way it looks like their long run and their DAG is much better than everyone else's, and that's so it's like, you know, even if Leclerc out qualifies Max, it's like, well, as soon as the tires come to the Red Bull, it's pretty much over. So that's kind of what we're staring at right now. But it's good to see Aston Martin's in the mix for podiums. Like, I mean, that was a legit podium. Obviously, I guess Leclerc's failures, okay, sure, but you know, he was P4. He was P4 if that wasn't a podium, and that would have been, I think everyone would have seen, like, you know, if you're, someone right there at the last second says put it in the wall. Everyone's really trying to keep these tires warm, man. Like, right to the last second.
Whoa.
The burnouts and everything. That's why I like the the manual formation lap. It's really funny watching everybody completely control to the end. All right, so that's the grid. Everybody's warmed up. We got an interesting mix of strategies here. The top 4 on hards, the next 4 on mediums, and then a big mixed bag down the field. Also, watch out for Zimaglis. He put his time trial setup in, not his race setup, so he's not feeling too confident right now, and we'll see how that pans out for him. We got 3 lights, 4, 5 lights are on. T-Bram on pole, Seye in second. And lights are out. We are racing in Japan, and there the cars finally.
Say, got a really good jump. Oh!
Nice side-by-side here. And everybody looking pretty good behind.
Well done.
Let's get back to the broadcast view. Yeah, everybody looking smooth here through the first couple corners. Nice job, everyone. Yeah, nice and tidy. And it looks like we are through, and it's up to the Dunlop curve here. This has been a tricky spot for some of these guys in qualifying. Early in the race would be a bad place to have an incident. Look at the medium runners, though. They are all over the hard guys. Carson, Asylum, like right on the tail of Mario at this point. Jinnit, nice start for him. He jumps Mario and gets up into P3 right off the hop. Just what he needed. He's putting pressure on Seiya already as well. Nice scrap here with Carson, trying to get by Mario as they approach the spoon curve. There is a spot for an overtake here. It is a little tricky to pull off, but if you get the line right, you can do it. Looks like he's going to have to wait for the time being. A big tank slapper there for Asylum. He's under big pressure from Verts. The McLaren of Verts sneaking up a position early. He's up to P6 if he can get this done. They're going side by side into 130R, and it was going to end poorly if someone didn't go wide, and it looks like Asylum decided to take the safer route there. I think Verts backed out of it as well, which is probably the smart move.
Yeah, I mean,
really?
You know, live to fight another day, right? I mean,
well,
DRS is coming on. Yeah.
Right away, he's in play again. So he sees Asylum struggling a little bit, and he's trying to take advantage. It's our best battle at the moment. We've also got Carson looking to make that move, first of the medium runners, and he's going to be trying to get into those spots and mix it up with the hard drivers.
Yeah, Verts needs to
kicks in for sure.
Yeah, Verts just needs to make sure he cools his tires. He was fighting pretty hard there. If he can cool his tires, he'll be able to make the pass, I believe, coming down that front straight.
This is such a great racetrack.
Asylum spun around, and he's okay. Stayed, nice little pirouette there, a little bit like Danny Sullivan in the Indy 500. Let's see if it turns out as well for him as it did for Danny Sullivan.
Yeah, I don't get that reference.
Danny Sullivan coming down the front straight at the Indy 500 did a 360. Didn't hit anything, kept going.
That must be the scariest 360 anyone's ever done. That racetrack, man, is insane.
Mm-hmm. So that dropped Asylum all the way down to P13.
Yeah, at least he's still in the mix and able to fight, though. That's got to be some consolation when you mess up. I was just about to say, though, before Asylum had that moment, is like, look how close everybody is, and really quality driving from everyone so far. No one's made a mistake, so it's nice to see these cars. I was just going to say, this track's so fantastic. Watching this many cars racing close together, we get those broadcast views of the trackside view of the cars coming by, and they're just whipping by one so fast, and it's just such great action early. We're only on lap 3, and it feels like we've already had a really great race. So
I'm wondering if Verts was able to, get
Yellow,
Asylum.
That's a spin at the back. It looks like for Billman.
Yeah. I'm wondering if Verts was applying enough pressure to Asylum where, it forced Asylum to make a little bit of a mistake. Because he seems to be, now he's starting to pressure Carson.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Asylum looked unsteady. As you said, live to fight another day, and it was almost instantly that Verts was right on his tail again, and I wonder if Asylum was just feeling that pressure there. He's generally been mistake-free driver for most of the season. It's just probably his worst outing yet, and just with his own error there, and even just the loss of traction he had in the corners that allowed Verts to get right on him. Those little things, sometimes happen in fast sequence, and they can really pile on, and you just make a mistake a little easier than you would have normally. Carson now down the inside into turn 1.
Wow.
All the way through turn 2, holding on, and Mario's got the better traction. The next line is inside for Mario.
Oh,
Man,
wow.
beautiful stuff there. Carson completely unwilling to yield, and Mario stuck in there as long as he could. I think he knew it was probably beat and just didn't want to get tangled there.
And I'll tell you, Verts is drooling right now seeing these guys battle like that.
Absolutely. That's the first car for Carson. So now Carson has a bit of a gap to Jinnit. Say doing a nice job keeping Jinnit behind. Jinnit's sort of probably just biding his time. I think Jinnit's better on his tires. And I think probably the amount of times these two have raced, Jinnit probably knows that by now. The thing that would scare me is that Say was bloody quick here. So it wouldn't... I don't know if it would be smart for Jinnit to intentionally sit back, but if he sits back and just makes Say drive defensively, he could probably force him to use those tires up a little quicker.
Yeah, Say's doing, again, week after week, he's doing an exceptional job preserving his battery life. He's at 84%. Jinnit's at 64%. So he's able to use less battery and stay ahead of Jinnit.
Look at this now. We got a nice battle shaping up here. Mario World has DRS on Carson. And he's also got Verts for company. He's going to look to the outside line, and he just has to back out of that. Carson covered that off nicely. Yeah. Verts put that pressure on from behind still.
5-second penalty for speeding into pit lane for Zimaglis. Yeah, and he's done.
I think he's just... he was... Put it this way. Zimaglis made a mistake, put the wrong setup in. He already didn't have any confidence in qualifying.
Right.
I think he's also the type of driver that if he gets in his head about something and it's a negative thought, it's very easy for him to just lose all the confidence, and I can definitely understand that one. So, yeah, fortunate. He's been really competitive this season, so.
And you know, he might have really been fighting that car too. So you're talking about, you know, confidence. Maybe he was like, this car's just shit. I can't do anything with it.
Yeah. That's what he was saying, and between quali and the race, he was saying, I just cannot drive this thing. It sucks. So,
man, the midfield is incredible.
It is. It's a hell of a battle, and I mean, really, the front is. It's not like the front is a done deal either. I mean,
no.
One time penalty and it's completely opened up. This is a hell of a scrap, though. Carson got himself in front. He's just getting pressured now. And here comes Mario. Mario to the outside this time. And they're still side by side.
Oh, no!
Oh, there goes Carson.
He touched the curb. Don't touch the curb.
And there's the pressure again, though. Like Mario. I mean, that was... he's lucky he didn't take any damage. He can get himself back into a fight, but that was probably the best Carson's been driving all season. I mean, he's taken the fight to the top four there and trying to hang on to fourth, and it's just really unfortunate that he had that moment, because, you know, I selfishly want to see 6 cars scrapping for this spot, not 5, but I'll settle for 5. Jinnit's had a bit of a moment. Now he's dropped back towards this group as well, so the front, even the podium is not settled yet. It shouldn't be. It's lap 6, but there often tends to be some parity
and I don't think that this is a track where the penalties really add up too much. No. You can get them, but it's not like not Bahrain. I'm sorry. Canada. Thank you. That and Belgium. But yeah, Canada.
Mario going down the street under pressure from Verts now, and Scavney is in the mix as well, so Mario's neck is going to be very sore, the amount of mirrors he's been checking tonight.
Verts appears to be lagging. Oh, I dropped? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it says you dropped.
Oh, what the heck? That happened to me during the race. What's going on? Okay, so...
You're hardwired too, eh?
Yeah.
It's weird.
So what do I got to do here? I have to.
I can send you an invite.
Okay.
We can still kind of see.
No, it's not just me.
action.
Everybody. Oh, it's showing up on my screen that everybody's leaving the session. So.
No, it's just you.
It's
I
me.
would just honestly, I would just restart your game and.
Okay, send me an invite.
Close your game and open it again because it's probably bugged.